Hi, I'm Charlie Campbell. I'm delighted today to welcome His Holiness Tenzin Gyatso, the 14th Dalai Lama, for this TIME100 talk. Your Holiness, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you are well.
I'm very well, very well. Oh, I believe, you see, mainly, you see, the physical sort of health and mental health, I think very close link, I believe. So mental health is concerned as a practitioner of the Buddha Dharma. This is not just a faith. It's analyze all the mental system, and you see, it's quite quite detailed sort of explanation or method how to tackle destructive emotion and how to develop constructive emotions such as compassion, forgiveness, these things. So I'm, as a practitioner, now over 50, 60 years, I seriously practice. As a result, my mental state very calm. So therefore, I always share with other people, peace of mind is the best way, hygiene of the emotion. Usually, the people, hygiene of physical, they know how to take care about our physical, but they do not know how to take care about hygiene of emotion.
Absolutely. And at the moment, it's a very emotional time for many people. The coronavirus pandemic is an unprecedented global crisis, which is upturning lives everywhere from Manhattan and London to where you live on the foothills of the Himalayas. Case numbers continue to rise in the US, South Asia, many other places. I'm just wondering, what is your message for doctors, nurses, frontline medical workers who are confronted with death and suffering every day, but continue to put their own lives on the line?
Now, firstly, I want to express my deep appreciation those doctors and nurses, in spite in their own sort of, health, they totally take care these patients. So I very much appreciate. And then, now for me, the 8th century's Indian master, Indian scholar, he expressed, if something unfortunate event happen, then analyze whether there is possibility to overcome or not. If there is possibility to overcome, then work hard, make effort with full enthusiasm. If the situation is no possibility to overcome, then no use much worry. I think that's very practical. So those patients, should not lose their sort of their confidence and willpower. That's important. Now I got this illness and completely some kind of demoralized. That's not good. Keep enthusiasm.
Absolutely. And I mean, the crisis has affected not just those in hospital, but also people around the world who are estranged from their friends and families. I mean, you yourself are a refugee who has spent the last 60 years exiled from your homeland. What practical advice can you give people at the moment to maintain mental well-being at this difficult time?
So as I mentioned earlier, usually I telling people who already, got some problem, including illness, I usually telling them, as I already mentioned, the important is enthusiasm, self-confidence, and a positive sort of mental attitude should not sort of lose hope and demoralize. That's not good.
When we last spoke, you described yourself as half Buddhist monk and half scientist. It seems a lot of political leaders around the world today, like President Trump, are shunning scientific advice, not only about the coronavirus, but also climate change. How worrying is that?
Now, the global warming, that is quite serious, beyond our control. So some specialists about environment, they say next few decades, then the global warming reach such a level, then many water resources dry. So that's now, according ancient Indian text, you see, the world, whole galaxies form and remain, and then gradually disappear. So now, according these sort of, also the text concept, the end of this universe fire. So this is also the one time water destroy world, and one occasion the air destroy. Now one fire. So this also the galaxies now the way to disappear this fire. So now global warming seems to see some connection. So that's nature sort of phenomena. Go like that. Like human life, born and live and then die. So whole galaxy is also born and remain and then ultimately disappear. So the global warming, that's we should pay more attention. So usually I telling the Tibet, at least in Asia, this continent, the Tibet is the ultimate source of water. You should pay more attention. Preservation of Tibetan ecology. Regarding Tibet, the political matter, I already retired. But regarding ecology of Tibet and culture, very, very rich culture, these I fully committed to preserve.
Absolutely. And I understand that you have a new book about climate change due to be published in the fall. In it you say that technology alone cannot save us. We need the interdependence of ethics and technology. Why is that?
It's also the entire human being on this planet. This planet is only our home. Therefore, you see, use the natural resources at the same time taking care about whole blue, also the world. We also have the responsibility to take care. Then including Tibet. So ecology, very, very important. Global warming. And then Tibet, regarding Tibet, the Tibetan culture, see, everything, you see, investigate, not by faith. Even Buddha's own word come. We raise question why Buddha stated that. And we always try to find reason. If some Buddha's word when we investigate through reasoning some contradiction, then we have the right to reject. Therefore, now today, I have very close link with modern scientists. The scientists, they also, you see, investigation, no faith. So our tradition, also investigation. So meeting with scientists and discuss mainly cosmology, neurobiology, and then physics, quantum physics in the West, something new. In this country, 2,500 years ago, already developed quantum physics. It is very true. So psychology, logic, these, and like quantum physics, these are academic subjects. So I really feel really worthwhile to preserve these tradition we Tibetan over 1,000 years kept this knowledge.
Absolutely. It seems that young people today around the world are at the front line on the fight against climate change. You have voiced support for the young Swedish climate change activist Greta Thunberg, who has said, our house is on fire. How can the older generation help young activists?
You see, one of my commitment is promotion of deeper human value. That is the human compassion. With 7 billion human beings, in a way, we have this marvelous, brilliant mind. But in a way, we human beings are most of troublemaker on this planet. So now we should utilize this brilliant human brain combined with compassion, sense of concern of others' well-being. So one of my commitment is try to promote basic human value, compassion. And now, according to scientists, we are social animal. Any social animal, the sense of concern about others' well-being is there because we are a social animal. One human community, east, west, north, south, everyone interdependent. And for example, the modern economy, no national boundary. So therefore, now we need sense of oneness of 7 billion human beings. And the past, many problems which our own created problem, because we too much emphasis small sort of the community, like you see, the different nationality, different religion. So now that thinking is ancient time, okay. Now modern time, that is outdated. We should think about humanity, about the whole world.
Absolutely. I mean, you mentioned some of the problems to do with race, which sometimes comes to the fore. At the moment in the US and around the world, there is a social reckoning about systemic racial injustice. I mean, is this down to the individuals or the governments to try and solve this problem?
I think ultimately individual. Then government also, you see, have the responsibility. Government, firstly, I think people should think more wiser, more open mind. Then the government supposed to see sort of leading of the people. So government, you see, should take according public view. That's important, I feel. The feudal system, there's a past. Few individuals, they decide. There's a feudal system. That past. Now today, democratic sort of period, democracy. So ultimately, people, public have the sort of power to decide. And so public also now very important education like that.
You said before that were you to live in Europe, you would support green political parties, and that you also believe that the Buddha would too. Why do you feel that so strongly about that?
That's, you see, people, you see, too much pay attention about technology. And unfortunately, people are paying more attention about a weapon. Now, we should pay more attention about ecology, as I already mentioned.
The coronavirus, like climate change, knows no boundaries. How important is it for people and governments to come together to find a common solution to global issues?
It is very important now. The different organization and then government, you see, should pay more attention about green and should know limitation or because of global warming. So people should not take for granted. See, not that. Now there is sort of limitation. So government and organization or company, I think, should pay more attention, and especially in America. And now India also become very serious. So these are beyond our control. But we should pay more attention, take care, and we should listen to scientists or the specialists, their sort of voice, their through knowledge is very important. These are not political matter or political decision. We should pay more attention about the doctors and scientists, is very important.
And so what changes do you hope to see in the world as a result of this coronavirus crisis?
I don't know. Too early to say. After 1 year, 2 years, maybe people hopefully may develop oneness of human being wherever this illness problem there is ready to help, not sort of not the concept of we and they suffer so long, not reach our side, don't care. That kind of thinking is backward. Now we should think so wherever some problem there and rush to help. That's what I feel.
Recently, there was fighting between India and China at the border, not far from where you are in Dharamsala. Are you disappointed that regional rivalries are still boiling over at this time of global crisis?
It is, I mean, how to say, big nations always, you see, a little bit, how to say, I may say, unreasonable sort of attitude. So after all, I feel India and China, most two populated nation. Differences, the China, not democratic country. India, democratic country. Both over billion populated sort of nation. And India and China, also they, some kind of sense of competition or these things, recent time. But ancient time, China, historically, Buddhist country. India is land of Buddha. So number of Chinese traditionally come to India, like Shenzhen, come to India and study and translation. Many Nagaland scholars' book, for example, the Lunsu Pusa's book, before Tibetan translation, Chinese translation already there. So, like Tibetan, we once a lifetime as a pilgrimage to Buddha Gaya, we feel like Muslim Mecca. So you have to live side by side. And then instead of spending a lot of money for border, no use, you see. So the Chinese side also, instead of spend a lot of money in soldiers or army, military forces in this area, can use for constructive way, peaceful way. Similarly, India also, you see, instead of spend a lot of money to keep soldier in this difficult area. So I think Hindi Chini bye-bye. You see, the ones you see that often you see Kasuri as a slogan, that must revive. And practical level, you should live side by side. And practical level, neither have ability to destroy other. So much better to live together.
Absolutely. Obviously, now is a time of like I said, unprecedented global turmoil. Are there things at the moment which give you hope that the future will be better?
Tibet, our real sort of strength is rich Tibetan Buddhist culture. And that tradition is the religion of science. Our energy should pay more attention about knowledge, Nagaland knowledge, and through Tibetan language, we can explain thoroughly. I think Nagaland living tradition only available among Tibetan. So that's, I think, our greatest contribution in field of Buddhism or Buddhist philosophy and Buddhist logic. So previously, only we kept in Tibet. Now we are sharing more outside world, including scientists.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Your Holiness, thank you so much for a fascinating discussion. Really appreciate your time, and I hope you stay well in Dharamsala, and I hope to be able to come over and visit you again at some point in the near future. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.